some friends, the DMs be slid in by some of these people. Yeah. It's just so like, girl.
So he's a rapper. Oh, I believe that.
Wait, is it
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to think. I was gonna hum a song.
Never too shy.
Ooh. Woo.
We're back, and the wall has been painted.
New season, new wall, new guest, all the things.
All the damn things.
Hello.
I'm Paulina.
I'm Tati.
And I'm
Producer-
fr-
Oh, he was ready.
sorry.
Let us introduce you. Please
I'm sorry.
Go.
No,
Who
it's
are
cool.
you?
I fucked
Go.
up. My bad.
Go. No,
Never fuck up here.
Go
never
ahead.
too
Who
shy.
are you?
I'm Freddy.
Freddy's here. Producer Michael and Freddy,
Hi,
our
guys.
guest. Yay.
So-
Thanks for coming.
So
You're
if you
welcome,
guys
of
don't
course.
know, Freddie is Joy's sister. We had Joy on the podcast.
I'm Joy's sister?
Oh yeah, shit. And now I'm fucking.
I'm Joy's
up.
brother.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
sometimes.
who knows?
You know, I mean, we can have a little.
Whatever.
Depending
no,
on the day.
but about a year ago, we had Joy on the podcast. We talked about Freddie briefly on that podcast. And so now we have Freddie. So we have two of the siblings out of what, 3, 4 of you?
5.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, 5 of you guys?
Yeah, well, 5 of us from my mom, and then I'm also one of 10 altogether with my dad's kids. My dad has 6 kids from 6 different women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it? I'm just kidding.
Okay. You need to talk about
Okay,
it.
do you need to?
Trauma. No, actually, I love it. I have a big family. I love it.
I kind of love it too. Yeah, so you guys are close and everything.
We're like a bunch of animals that shouldn't be in the same cage, but we get along perfectly well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I met my brother and my sister from my dad's side. I met them when I was 21 and 18.
Wow.
And you couldn't tell us shit. That's my brother. Like we act like we were raised and born like in the same house. Like,
Oh my god.
Can I ask, and this could be personal, like, did you meet them not knowing they existed, or you knew they existed, but you just didn't meet them till that age?
I knew they existed up until I met my real dad, because I thought my stepdad was my dad with Joy's dad. I thought that was my dad. So my dad was incarcerated. So I met him when I was 4. He came to my house looking for me, my mom. He came looking for all his kids, but all his baby mamas, I guess, said no. Like, we don't want nothing to do with you. My mom said, well, you choose. Do you want to meet this man? This is your dad. And I was like, well, then who's that?
You're 4.
And I'm 4, yeah.
Oh my god.
But I thought, like, cool, I have 2 dads.
Yeah.
So I
that's
met,
a beautiful-
I was the only one that he had in his, me and my sister, but she was living in Puerto Rico, so she was back and forth with her mom. So it was
Okay.
just really me for the longest, and then he had a daughter when my sister is 19, long time ago, can't do the math, but then when I was 18 and I met my sister Seville, she reached out to me. And I was like, yeah, I knew everybody existed, but I knew they didn't want nothing to do with my dad. So
Right.
me reaching out, I didn't know if they didn't want nothing to do with me neither, because it's like, well, that's not my family.
Right.
But then I met them. We became really close. They were still skeptical about meeting my dad. And then I kind of convinced them, like, come on, he's cool. Like, and I basically got everybody together and like, cool. We're one big, happy,
That's awesome.
weird family.
I like it. I like that you guys are cool.
Yeah, no, we're really tight. Yeah, and my nieces, my nephews, like, yeah, I'm the godfather of one of my nieces from my sister that I met when I was 18. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Very cute.
Yeah, it's different, but I love it. I loved
Yeah.
it. I loved it because I only had one brother growing up, and we weren't really that close. Like, he was more into like the streets, and then I was more like in the house watching movies and stuff like that. So then when I found that I had another brother that was the same age as me, because mind you, my mom and his mom were pregnant at the same time. He was born in January of 1990. I was born in August of 1990.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, okay, maybe we'll get along. And me and him are like, that's my boy. And he's complete polar opposite again. Polar opposites, but when we're together, we have the best time.
I feel like, and this is just me knowing you for a while, I feel like you are like the person that kind of brings it out of people. Even the most timid people, you kind of bring this like excitement out of them.
I enjoy when people are their authentic selves
We're gonna talk
and
about that
live
today.
like be who you are and like
Yes.
live that journey. And I want to be a part of it. Like, I see that you could be an awesome person, like, but you're so timid. Like, no, don't. Who cares who judges you? Like, bitch, live.
I
Like,
quite literally do not care.
yeah, just live your authentic
Yes.
life. Like, people are gonna judge you regardless, but they don't pay your bills. They don't put food on your table. Like, I used to be such a person when I was younger, that like I wanted to impress everybody. Like, I wanted to be like, I was a people pleaser. I was always like, what can I do to make this person like me? You know, and then when people were mad at me, like, I'll definitely, like, I was the one that was like, but what did I do? What did I do? And I would think about it. I would sleep at it. I would cry about it. You, now, bye. Have a good day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you don't want to be a part of my life, I'm not going to force it. And I don't want to be a part of your life if you're not wanting to be a part of mine. Like, what's the point? It's like, I know I'm awesome and I'm a great time. And you're nitpicking something so that you don't, bye. We move on.
No, that's very real. Here at this podcast, we have talked about that at nauseum.
Yeah.
Because we have also experienced that. We've also agreed on that. I think maybe it's like, I don't know how old you are. How old are you?
I'll be 35 in August.
Maybe, honestly, it's like as we age, they say old people don't give a fuck about stuff, and I can see why.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
for
and
sure.
I'm like, I'm not saying we're like old, you know, like viejos or whatever. Like, we're not that old.
We look good.
Yeah, we look good. But like, as I'm getting older, like, I just like give less shit.
As you
Yes.
should.
Yes,
know?
It just, when you're living on your own and supporting yourself and having to work and struggle to like even get your bills paid,
Right.
and no one's helping you, you kind of get this like, I'm in this world alone, technically. Like, I'm doing all this by myself. Why would I care if you are in my life or not, if you're not helping me in my life or not? You know what I'm saying? What's the point?
Thank you.
So it's like, I have a nice house. I have my dogs. I have my cat.
Yes,
I have
you
my
do.
bird.
Yeah, all the damn animals.
And it's like, they live for free. They don't pay no bills. But, but that's just, you know, it's like, I'm good being home and being alone and not, you know, like, I can have no friends and I'll be like, cool. What's good? I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to travel. I'm going to still, you know, do things that, like, my hobbies and live. Whether you want to be a part of my life or not, that's not my business.
Yeah. No.
It's not easy to say that, and I agree, Paulina. I
Yeah.
think when you're older, it's easy for you to say that, and because you know it's your loss. It's really your loss. Okay. Well, I feel like Freddie already got us going with the conversation, but our favorite opening segment, y'all know, is called the Say It With Your Chest. So, Freddie, do you want to go first and say it with your chest? Super Bowl edition, because
Yes.
we are
Super
recording this
It just
the day
aired.
after the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So it's fresh.
Okay, yeah, say it with my chest. Kendrick Lamar was better than Rihanna at the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Yes, honey.
1,000%.
I mean, yeah. I'm sorry. I love
I mean,
you.
Rihanna was pregnant,
Okay.
wasn't she?
Okay,
Well,
so
that's nothing to do with it.
She was in the sky, and he had Samuel L. Jackson. Come on, I'm done.
Oh, that did it for you?
That's it. It's like, he had SZA. She like.
I like
It was. They had like 50 people come out of one car. I don't know how they did that.
Oh,
yo,
the clown car, yeah.
yeah.
But slay.
It was such a good performance, and I think my favorite part about it is that it pissed off so many people.
For yeah.
That's
yeah.
my favorite part. I like getting people mad. I mean, I didn't do
Yeah.
anything. That wasn't there. I'm not Kendrick, but I thought it was like iconic because that's like I already knew once they announced he was performing. I was like, someone's nana is pissed off. Someone's racist uncle is so mad right now, and that's exactly what I heard. It was like on Facebook, especially people were like, "Ooh."
You just see the list of people who've performed the Super Bowl. So when you hear Kendrick Lamar, it's like, what?
It doesn't make sense.
And then
He's
when you
not
see
like
him,
a
when you see him,
performer.
when you saw that, I was like, I'm a fan. I'm a fan now
I'm a
because he
huge
ate
fan.
this up. And I thought the same thing with Usher last year. I was like, Usher hasn't come out with an album in so long. Why is Usher performing?
But he's iconic. You
He
love
ate it
Usher.
up.
I like Usher.
He ate it up. Brought Alicia
Yeah.
Keys out, ate it up.
Yeah.
I was like, but Kendrick was a
Yeah.
beast.
Somebody said the other day, like, oh, you know, for the Super Bowl, it's sometimes, you know, usually somebody pretty neutral. So, like, I'll give an example, Lady Gaga, or this is way back, Britney Spears, Aerosmith. Yes, they may be more, quote, neutral in a household, right? Because most people might know who that is. Maybe, like, someone's nana knows who that is. Or Bruno Mars. I'm making up people that, like, somebody might know.
Yeah.
But I still feel like that doesn't mean just because they're Lady Gaga, that doesn't mean, in my opinion, that they are neutral to everybody.
Yeah.
So I think you do have to mix it up. You have your pop girlies, right? You got the Lady
Katy
Gaga,
Perrys and
the
the-
Katy Perrys. Then you got like Usher, who's like not even like today's like I can't talk. Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick Lamar and Usher are, in my opinion, two totally different.
Absolutely.
Polar opposites.
For
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like Usher, we know Usher from like back in the day, right? Like
Yeah.
grammar school days. Kendrick Lamar is like, I mean, he came out when we were in college, but like it's like today, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, it's like that's still dope that they are like hitting different parts of hip hop,
Yeah.
R&B.
I think there's also a stigma of like you have Beyonce who ate it, you have Michael Jackson, you have Janet Jackson.
Of course, yeah.
Like there's just this bar that like you're like
Shakira and J-Lo, you keep
know, like,
forgetting about the best
My
one.
no,
favorite one.
yo, I loved Shakira and J-Lo.
Everything.
That's number one.
That's
Ate
number
it.
one. Yeah, okay, I was waiting.
And because of the Latino representation, it was like
But
I'm
even
for
beyond
it.
that, like, but
Two sexy women.
beyond that though, like
Performance-
beyond that. But I guess this kind of goes with my say it with your chest.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people for a Super Bowl, you expect a show. When they announced Kendrick, I knew we were getting a message.
yes.
I
yes,
was not
right away.
expecting a show. I was expecting a message.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be honest, okay?
Uh-oh.
I'm not racist or I'm not anything, but when I heard it was Kendrick, I was kind of like, ugh. Not because anything related to that, but it's like, in my head, I'm like, it should have been like Bad Bunny. It should have been like somebody, again, who's been like more like traveling and really like globally like a star. But then sitting on it more and more, I'm like, you know what? With the state of the world and our society right now, they want to get views and they're going to fucking pick somebody who's going to stir some shit up. What I did like
they
about
did.
Kendrick Lamar's, I'm not going to go as far to say he was one of the best. But what I did enjoy was the symbolism, the storytelling,
Yes.
and I liked how
Yes.
he was powerful but calm.
Yes.
That's what I really appreciated. He wasn't out here like, everybody, they're not like us. They're not like, no.
You
Like,
let everyone else do that part.
I like that. I liked how he was subtle, but it hit.
And
That's what I
And he was petty,
appreciate.
you guys.
The-
You guys know that.
So petty.
that
And
man was petty.
Oh my God. Like, I was thinking, like, man, if I was Kendrick Lamar, I would have found three, because you know how it was like a remote and it was like 4 stages. I would have found 3 more X's and had 4 of Drake's X's, 1 at each stage, because I'm even pettier.
Well, I mean, he had 2. He had SZA and Serena
Yeah,
Williams.
but she's saying
Scissors?
more is X too. Yeah.
Yeah, Really?
They used
yeah.
to hook up or
Yeah,
they
that's
yeah.
something.
Oh, see, I
Allegedly.
don't-
Allegedly.
I didn't know.
And you know what I just like picked up right now? That Samuel L. Jackson was Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Like,
That just hit you right now?
Yeah,
I'm
no.
Like, wait. The message. Okay, I was like,
There was
oh,
so
he was
much
Uncle Sam.
symbolism,
Oh, that
so
was-
much
So
meaning.
much
the
symbolism.
flag, right? And that has like 2 messages itself. Like the fact that Kendrick Lamar was in the middle, it could mean 1, like the state of America right now, how we're divided. Or 2, this idea that it was all black males and they were bent over. People could argue it's like America was built on the back of black men.
True.
And then the pettiness, though. I don't think people caught the details of the pettiness. Like
I
you
caught a
said,
couple.
the flag.
Yes. Wait, which one?
Not the Gaza one. That was
Oh.
actually a protester.
Oh, really?
I saw it and I thought it was him.
Well, no,
and
it
then
was
later,
a dancer, wasn't it?
It was a
No.
dancer.
Yeah, it was a dancer who protested.
But how did he get the flag up there?
but that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't part of the original.
Oh,
No,
he
no,
did
no,
it
no.
on his own.
Yeah, he did
Correct.
his own thing.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Right.
Oh, I didn't
I
clock
saw
that.
that. Nobody else saw that. I was like, yo, I saw a Gaza flag.
Yeah, I saw.
But
a
anyway,
photo.
no, but the flags were like minor flags. And then
Minor?
his
Oh.
his
The
chain,
necklace?
was an A minor.
A minor.
minor.
His jacket was a minor league jacket, and there was something else.
I love
just
his
don't know.
jeans.
You
So-
clocked all that by watching that performance?
Yes,
I was-
let me.
I
So
was
this
just-
is the crazy thing. I teach.
dancing the
Here I
whole
go
time.
talking about my job. Oh no,
Tati,
But
not your
I
job.
teach.
Say with your chest.
I teach IB Lang and Lit, and this is all we do. We analyze music videos, movies, texts, all of that. So like today, the kids were ready. Like, let's talk about it.
Oh,
and I was like, hold on,
wow.
we're watching Barbie this week to analyze that. But hold on to it. Put it in your pocket. We're going to talk about it.
Wow.
So, long story short, I wouldn't say this is like one of my favorites, but I appreciated the storytelling that. I personally, there's 2 people I'm waiting for. Chris Brown. I don't think they'll ever do it,
never
which
gonna
is a
happen.
shame. I know.
Which is shameful.
And
but-
the second one is Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I mean, Bad Bunny was on it, but
Yeah,
no,
he was.
his
did.
own. He
did
did
a minor
Jamea, pero no bala.
My favorite though was everybody being like, "Who's that Latin man?" That was
Yeah.
like such a big question
Yeah.
that year.
that was like 6 years ago. 8 years
yeah,
ago.
had
but
knew
he
who
also
he was.
wasn't what he is today.
Correct.
To us, he was Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I want a Bad Bunny set with like a live salsa band, and then
I see that
all
in the next
plena
3 years.
dancers and-
Everybody's coming out with a flag.
Well, I mean,
Everybody's coming
You're
out
Puerto
with a
Rican.
flag.
Just-
they already
it's
chose the dancer or the performer for next year. So since it's Jay-Z and them, they do it like a year or two beforehand. They already choose who it is.
Already?
Yeah.
I thought they decided in like summer.
No, they do it
Not in
all.
the summer.
No, they do it all like a year before because they have
Aw,
to prep
man.
everyone's schedules
Okay.
and all that shit. So.
Dude, I saw a meme. It was so funny. It was like these white men like opera singing, and they're like, "This is based on America. This is gonna be our Super Bowl show next year." Because nobody like Kendrick Lamar.
Nah, that
they
shit
were
was
like,
whack.
Yeah, it's gonna be very white next year, I'm sure, because they're gonna try to balance it out.
I don't think it can be though.
Huh?
I don't think it can be because it's
Why?
So the NFL made a 10-year deal with Jay-Z and Apple Music.
So
Right.
you don't think Jay-Z would pick somebody white?
Well, he picked the first artist he picked was Dr. Dre, Snoop, and Eminem. Those are the first Super Bowl.
I think he would pick.
So I think next
anybody.
year,
I
I'm
don't
Billie
pretty sure
Eilish.
next year is gonna be. It's gonna be
She'll make everybody
Beyonce.
cry.
Beyonce. Didn't she do it?
Again?
The
She's done it
again?
twice.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the cowboy.
No, they gave her the
No.
Christmas thing.
Bro, I'm telling you what's gonna be. She just won the Grammys for an album
mean,
that
they're
no
not
one
gonna
listens
do
to.
that.
Yeah,
They're gonna
right.
do
She won two
somebody-
albums.
She's
Right.
on tour.
If they're gonna do somebody
Yeah.
white, they'll probably just do
She's
Taylor.
not
'cause
doing
Taylor
the
will eat it up,
cowboy
so.
thing.
Her tour
I-
is the cowboy
I wouldn't
thing.
be
Yeah,
so-
she's not
no,
doing
I-
cowboy.
She will feed the crowd.
At Super
People
Bowl.
will go crazy.
People will
for
go
that.
crazy for Taylor
I
because Taylor
personally wouldn't
brings-
care.
Oh,
Yeah, me
it might be
but
Taylor.
I
Yeah,
could
Taylor.
100% see people eating it up.
Taylor.
It might be
Because she's
Taylor.
done so much.
I don't know, bro. As a Drake fan, that shit was whack. Get out of here, fucking short man.
I mean, I'm
Get
still.
out of
Here's
my
the thing.
face.
I'm always Team Drake.
Yeah.
But Kendrick did what he had to do.
He did
But I'm
that.
still Team Drake.
I didn't understand.
I
nothing.
honestly wish it was Lil Wayne.
It should have been.
Because
And it's a
and
shame
it
it
makes
was.
that's like a
Wow.
personal, like,
Well,
I'm
also
a
it's
Lil
from
Wayne
it was
fan.
in Louisiana. It was in New
Yeah,
Orleans.
I'm just a Lil Wayne fan. But I'm not.
That would have been so lit.
I'm not, like literally lit too. Everybody would
Quite
have been
literally.
high as hell.
It would
like,
have been, yeah, I would have been high at home.
Fuck
I
that
don't
shit.
even smoke, and I would have just hit the blunt for shits and giggles.
They're going to be giving out like blunts at the door when you walk. Anyway,
you,
so
one
what's
for
your
you.
say? What's your chest, Paulina?
I'm really off track or like really like moving this completely around. We're talking music.
That's fine.
at the
That's what
Super
we're
Bowl.
doing.
Yeah, I'm a little nuts, and you'll learn that, Freddie. But I think that the Super Bowl is super, and I say this all the time. I think football, not just the world, football is super homoerotic. I think a lot of men.
It makes sense because I played football in grammar school.
Are you serious?
I did.
I think a lot
Standing
of
over
men.
in front of a big guy is just like, ugh.
Why do you men like football? Why do you want to see men in
Case
tight
study,
pants?
Freddie.
Man, it's just
Football's okay. It's
Slapping
okay.
asses.
But I
like,
love it.
ready, set, wait.
Slap, right? Like a lot of bending, a lot of moving, and I've never seen men cheer and root for anyone else like so hard like they do for football players.
It's crazy.
Not even their own wives
Facts.
or women. I'm telling you, I have this
love that
theory.
for
The
you.
coach of the Eagles
Well, I
is
mean,
so fine.
don't get it twisted.
Bro, he looks ugly as hell. What you
No.
talking
These
about?
people
it's beautiful.
are freaks.
Oh, I'm sure.
These people are freaks.
There's no way they're
But
not.
because they're in the public eye,
They have to keep
they
it
have
cute.
to keep it cute. Exactly. Not only that, though, when you have all the money in the world
Yep.
that you can do whatever you want,
Yep.
it's like, oh,
Yep.
I'm doing some shit. But
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
ain't gonna know about it. But
Yeah.
why do you think once in a blue moon you get that little camera? Give me my money. You gotta pay me my money, and it's someone that was hooking up with someone who wasn't
Yes.
supposed to be hooking up with.
Yeah.
And they be freaky, yeah. Like
You're onto something.
I have some friends. The DMs be slidden by some of these people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so
I
like,
am.
ooh, girl. I have a friend that FaceTimed me with a celebrity on cam one time,
Really?
and it was I'm not gonna say it, but you know,
Never
but
too shy.
It's
Wait,
just-
NFL
this is
player
just-
or singer?
a rapper.
Okay.
Okay, just say what the name rhymes with.
What a famous baby mama. No, he dated a sister of like 5 sisters.
Which
Sister,
wait, a
five sister.
celebrity.
So he's a rapper. I believe that.
Wait, is it what I think it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to think. I was gonna hum a song, but
Yeah.
that would give it away.
Yeah, so he, my girl, FaceTimes me,
I believe that.
and she was like, "Don't say anything. I'm about to FaceTime you." I was like, "Okay." and she pulled up the camera, and at the end of the bed, she's on. You can see her feet. She's naked, and at the end of her bed is a rapper that at that time was dating a sister.
A sister. Of the 5 sisters.
Out of 5, yeah.
A younger sister.
Oh, the younger?
The younger sister.
Oh,
Did that help? I already knew.
I'm going to hell.
Bedrock.
We didn't
They're
say
coming
names.
after
No,
me.
you're not. Never too shy, baby. This is why
True.
Freddie's here.
I love
Like,
it.
sorry, y'all. Today's not an interview with Freddie. We just want Freddie to talk some shit.
Gossip.
Talk
That's
your
it.
shit.
Just talk.
Oh,
That's
It's
it.
funny because that rapper had a beef with Drake too. So
Oh my God.
it all connects back to Kendrick. It all comes back to
But that's
Kendrick.
basically saying like, yeah, people are freaks, and when you have money, you do whatever you want, and you get caught, and you just got to be more discreet.
Kendrick, man.
Where's the lie?
No lie.
But
But
yeah.
that's
No
hilarious.
lies.
That's a great hot take.
Yeah, my hot take is men just love.
Men like watching other men hump
Men
each
love
other.
watching men. I'm riding with that.
I agree.
Forever.
I love watching men. I love watching women. I love watching women and men
you
together.
There you go.
Do you have one, Marco?
Yeah, Super Bowl was whack. Shit was too woke. Fuck Kendrick, and that's about it. I'm not a big Kendrick fan.
And that's on that.
That's on that.
Right.
Say it with your chest.
No,
it was
you
sad.
did. You said
It was
You
sad. That
did.
chest
Heard.
was- Your pecho was
Heard.
I was
pecho.
ready. I was ready canceled. But go ahead.
So today's episode, we want to dive into kind of two things. One, we kind of want to talk about our 20s. We're all in our 30s here. So, like, what are some things we learned in our 20s? What built us up? What broke us down? What in our 20s made us who we are? What would we change, etc. And then talking about, like, branding yourself. I think that's something that I personally think is a strength of Freddie. Like, he has his own brand, and he said it earlier off camera when it was him and I. He's like, I always wanted to be, like, cool, but not, like, look cool, just cool.
I want to tweet that.
I just wanted to be like,
I love that.
when you are okay, so like I was saying earlier, like when you're raised with a lot of people, it's hard to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And then also going into like groups of friends, and then like also dancing, because you
Mm-hmm.
know that's how you meet. You know, dancing is where we met, and like being in a group, you always want to stand out, not for other people to see, but just for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want to look cool. I want to be cool, but not you guys to think I'm cool. More so, I just want to be cool and look cool.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, if I was radiating that, I was cool. And,
So,
you know?
so like, Freddie in his 20s, what was cool?
Freddie in bright colors, neon colors. I was very like, man, I used to go to the clubs a lot, and I would see like drag queens, and I would see like TV, music artists and stuff like that. And they were always wearing like neon colors or bright. There was an era, you guys remember? There was the hot
Kanye
pink
had
pants,
that like scarf
the hot
and
pink
colored
pants with
era.
the scarves and the
Yeah.
the colored glasses and the
Oh,
graphic
yeah.
tees.
Yeah.
Like that was cool to me, and I always wanted to like be that. And
Yeah.
so when I was
Yeah.
younger, colors was my thing. Like I loved to be in neon bright ass high top shoes with the same color pants, looking
Yeah.
like it was awful. I'm not gonna lie, it was awful. But back then it wasn't. It was cool. And I thought it was cool. Now for me, cool is like I'm more relaxed. Don't get me wrong, when I have to show out for an event, I show out
Yeah.
and I slay all day.
All day.
But for me, like this is like I love just relaxed looks and this is my like how you would say my jeans and a t-shirt. You know, you ever been out with someone like, what are you wearing? Well, I'm just gonna wear jeans and a t-shirt, and
Yeah.
then you show up and they're
All the
wearing
time.
like this sickening outfit, and it's
Oh,
like,
that's not me.
okay, that's not jeans.
I'm in
and-
jeans and a
That's
t-shirt.
not jeans
No,
and a t-shirt.
same.
So I'm
Yeah.
always like jeans and a t-shirt.
But that's
But then I
you.
throw a shoe on and I throw a jacket on. It's like, well, what you said jeans and a t-shirt. I said just jeans and a t-shirt. Like, but like I throw a jacket on and I throw some
Yeah.
nice shoes on, and it just kind of umps it up a little bit, and
Yeah.
people are just like fall for it. I'm just like, I'm sorry. That was my jeans and a t-shirt when I said it. I didn't say like
Your
just one
definition.
jean, like, you know, just jeans and a t-shirt and it's like looking like a dad, like a white dad in the 30s with a fanny pack and some New Balances.
That's my dad on vacation. He got a fanny pack.
And it's in front. It
Yeah.
ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it ain't going. It's under his belly. Yeah. So do you feel like that's what you move with when it comes to like branding yourself, right? Do you feel like your brand is the way you dress? Like that look. That's your brand.
I would say how I present myself. Presenting yourself as far as even personality, but also physically. You gotta look good and feel good. If you look good but don't feel good, or you look good and you have a stank attitude, that's not good. It's just like, okay, you just cute, and I don't want to know about this person. But like when you see someone who is dressed nice, but also very just like expressive when they talk, like I'm a people person. I'm a social butterfly. People gravitate towards me because I'm always like, yeah, talk to me, tell me. I want to know. I want to know everything about you.
I love that.
Yeah,
Same.
like,
I want to know why you have like like why is your
things.
tooth missing?
Yeah.
I want to know like why you haven't talked to your dad in 5 years.
Yeah,
Like, I
no,
wanna know
tell
everything.
me.
Why does your dad have 6 baby mamas? I'm just kidding.
That's crazy.
No, but like,
I love it.
yeah.
I'll ask him too one day.
Bring him next episode.
Jesus, I'm
Yeah.
bringing him. I
Yeah.
just love. And then too, like I don't know if you guys ever say this when people ask you, because like, oh, you don't want to hear this. When people say that to you, like, you don't want to hear this whole story. It's like, no, I do.
No, I want the long story.
I want the
long
Oh, I want the
story.
No,
details.
like,
Don't
you
leave
pr-
them
or
out.
like you
That's the
probably
best
you
part.
probably don't care. I was like, I wouldn't be asking you if I didn't
Facts.
care.
I
Like,
don't
I
got
really
time.
do want to talk. I really do. I think my brand for me is just like the Kool-Aid bad kid that can have fun and pop off with you whenever you want, and just like, but also like, I want you to know. I want to put a stamp on your life. Like I want, like you knew Freddie, even if you met me one time and saw me 10 years. Like I remember you. I met you. We had a conversation, because I do that. There's people I've met. Like I'll have a random conversation with someone. Like, oh my God, I remember you, and I would tell them the story they told me because I really do listen.
Remember you and your 3-legged cat.
And that's just like my brand as a person. Like I just want to be like the Kool-Aid bag fun kid that everybody wants to be cool with. But
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't want to or not at the same time. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think like my brand has absolutely nothing to do with the way I dress, nothing like aesthetic about my brand. I think my brand is just personality for sure. I think I try to brand myself, or I think I naturally brand myself as like a person you go to when you want push, when you want motivation, when you want the self-affirmation, or somebody to listen, but somebody who's willing to give you the space, but then also say, do you want advice or you want me to just listen? Because if I'm going to give you advice, I'm going to give it to you straight up, real, raw, hard, right?
Unapologetically.
And I also think that I like to make people feel their best around me. Like I want people to feel good around themselves. I want them to feel like they could reach their highest potential. I saw a quote. I'm the queen of like quoting shit on social media and butchering it. But I saw a quote today that says, it's hard to progress monitor, or it's hard to track your progress when you're constantly raising the bar on yourself. And that's how I feel about myself. And so I feel like I'm not out here bragging, or I'm not here like, guess what I did. But I think the way I move so confidently. I want to give that to you. Like, I want you to get like some of it. I want you to know what it's like to feel and like take the risk and like don't settle. And why are you still here? You want to go to school? Go to school. You want to get a promotion? Work for it, right? Like, you want to move. Like, I'm that person that's going to like motivate you and help you find that confidence within yourself. But absolutely nothing to do with clothes. Nothing to do with looks. I mean, a beat face and sometimes good hair, but that's it. Not clothes.
That's your brand. That is your brand.
Hair and your beat face is
that's as close to like the looks as it's gonna get.
Because you will always be Tati who long hair Tati with the curly hair.
Yes.
With the body,
Yes.
yada yada. You know, like even though sometimes your brand might not be what you want it to be, but to everybody else, that's like what we want for our brands is not what everybody else is already assuming our brand is. So like you could say, you're a teacher, you do very well, you have a podcast, and you're a businesswoman. But other people are like, oh, that's Tati, she's a dancer.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So everybody's always gonna have their own opinion. So even if you do try to brand yourself, you might not even get the like what you want to get out there. But you are a businesswoman, you are that dancer, and they still know you. That's a brand all in itself.
Yeah, because I think as people we're so, what is that word? Versatile?
Yeah.
I can never say it
Versatile.
right.
Versatile.
That, versatile.
versatile.
No,
Like me,
I don't
versatile.
know.
I'm
I have
versatile.
no
Not
idea.
me, English teacher.
Versatile in bed.
But I think as people, that's like what we are. Because like exactly, you might know her from dance. I don't know her from dance.
Right.
So I'm gonna think of her as a different way. She's still got the beat face and the beautiful hair, but you know, I know her as like, oh, that's just my girl Tati. I do a podcast with her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
We do this shit talking podcast. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like our thing. But you guys have like a connection through dance, and she's got connections through her teachers or fellow classmates, whatever it might be. Right.
You have
All of
different
them.
brands, girl.
Yeah.
Is
You
that
are
really
Persona.
what it would be?
Yeah, I think personas,
different?
but you're right, like brands.
Your brand, yeah. It's different brands from different people.
Yeah.
It's like going to the store and getting a different brand of a different shirt. It's like, that's that. I'll wear that. I want to look like that today. That's my brand. I'll get this brand and I will look like that tomorrow. But it looks completely opposite.
Yeah.
And you give it, different people take it different ways.
No, that makes sense. Like, so when I started like my talk with Tati, my little cute like Instagram segments that I do once a month, it was kind of that, right? Like I'm picking these people from my different brands and I'm showing them to everybody else. Like, hey, you're from the dance brand, but meet my podcast brand. And then
Yes.
maybe connections could happen, right? Because
Yeah.
that has happened. Like, for example, like, one girl did my makeup, and then like a month later, she did your makeup, and like things naturally happen, and I like that. I feel like I'm also like I like being the plug. I like being the connector.
And I love that because there's a lot of people who don't like that. Like what I get for me, I don't want it for you.
Oh.
I know a lot of people like that. Like, why is she using my makeup artist? Why is she
Oh,
using my
gatekeepers?
hairstyle?
I don't get that.
Why
Girl.
is she shopping at my store? It's like
Never.
chill. And it's just like you
Yeah.
just saying that right now. It's like so awesome because you
Yeah.
just basically said like, yeah, like I look good. This is my girl. This is my bitch. She's looking good too.
Facts.
And she's walking next to me. She's walking next to me. We're gonna look good together. And
Facts.
then at that moment, we're gonna brand ourselves. We're Destiny's Child right now.
Can I be Beyonce? I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, as long as I'm not Michelle, but I'll take it. She can pay regardless. She
Yeah.
can do
Yeah, she is
much.
getting paid.
So
I agree, though.
What about you, Pauline? What would you say your brand is? Because you are literally like
Everywhere
a
and
voice of the radio. So you're
That's-
out there more.
I mean, it's such a funny question because I think about that all the time. For my mom podcast, I'm talking, well, like she's a mom too, but she does branding for the past 20 years and she's coming on and talking about it with me. And I'm really curious to ask her these questions too, because I genuinely want to know. You said something that was interesting. It's like what people perceive versus what I think. I
Correct.
think I could look a certain way. Oh, I look like this. I come off like this. And like the world does not see that.
Right, at all.
You know? So like I think I struggle with that because in my head, I think I'm a certain way and I don't come off that way. Like I definitely like the good stuff that comes out, I think radiates, I would hope. You know, I'm like Tati, I love connecting. I think the one thing that me and Tati have in common, we don't have much in common. Like it sounds funny to say because like
Yeah.
we're like weirdly polar opposites, but
it
we, like,
works.
Yeah, and like we
Always
vibe and
works.
jive.
Yeah.
It
Always
does.
works. Always works.
But
no
one
one wants the
big
same
thing-
person. Two people being the same person. It's like, what's the fun in that?
100%.
Yeah, no.
And like her and I think one of our biggest common things is that we are just connectors at the
Community.
core.
We're
Community,
big on
connecting.
community. Yeah.
Like we're huge on that. So I think that definitely radiates in my brand, right, or who I am. One thing that I'm not gonna lie, in my head, I'm like, I get like a little outfit, I'll go buy one. I'll wear the shit out of it too.
Both, yeah.
And then I'm like, ooh, look at me, I don't know how to dance. But I go to work in like pajamas every day. Because in my head though, I'm like, oh, I'm a baddie, I could dress, but like I don't want to. Sometimes I don't want to.
Yeah, sometimes I just want to throw a jogger on.
You know?
You know, and like a t-shirt.
But
and
I want
call it
to
a
work on
day.
that as a part of my brand because, like, if I'm a public figure, I do radio, right, and I do this for a living for the past 10 years. Like, I want to look decent. I
You
want to
look
feel
decent.
good.
You look good and feel good when you have to, girl. You're on the radio. No one can see you. You're good.
I know,
But
but
then
like,
when you go to an event, that's
yes.
the difference. You know, that's when you flip it. Oh,
yes,
sorry.
Yeah.
yes. That's a fair point. So sometimes I'm like, I think I see myself this way, but the world doesn't. Not in a bad way, just how I see
Right.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like definitely like that's one thing about me is the communicating, right? Doing media. I think that's definitely a huge part about me. I'm a mom now of like what 10 months.
We love that.
Oh, thank you.
We love-
so
we
like
love kids.
that's
I
a
love
new part
kids.
of my brand.
Yeah,
It's a very
for
big part
sure.
of my
Mommy.
brand.
Oh my
Like,
god!
I'm
And I was looking at
mommy.
the watching the episode. Sorry, sidetrack. With the nicknames for the kids when you're younger in a Latin household, I'm like, I was like, damn, I never got one, so I was good. But like, I wanted to share my brothers because my brothers was Pito, and it's like, that's his grown ass name.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
our nicknames are shit.
So Pito. So Pito.
My brother Pito, yeah. So I was watching that. I was like, crazy. And I love that you said, like, no one's calling my kid
Pancita.
like a name
Right,
that
we're
is
not doing
negative.
it.
No, call her beautiful. Call her like.
Let's try it. Let's
Let's
just see how that goes.
But you're not gonna
Yeah.
call my kid like
Call
little
her
Goldor, little
intelligent.
Gordita.
Right,
and it's like,
gordita. No.
Yeah.
You better
My
back
mom's
up.
nickname when she was little was Motor Mouth.
Oh my God.
So
She talk a lot?
yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. Like if I would assume you were the same, I feel like you would have been Motor Mouth.
yeah, no, I didn't have my name was Fred. My name is Frederick, but everybody calls me Freddie already. So I was
Yeah.
like,
So classy.
yeah,
Frederick.
like, you know,
Royal.
Right, Frederick. Hello.
Regal.
Regal. Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But sorry to sidetrack you, but I love that.
No,
But to
no.
go back to the branding thing too is something I've been thinking about since we've been talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever probably like when you're signing up for like a dating site or something that you have to like put a lot of stuff out and they have all these little bubbles that you have to click that describes you, but you only get like 5 options. And you're
Should I
like,
go
"Oh."
with it?
No, I like I've had to do it like not for like dating stuff, but just in general.
Oh,
Like
no,
when
I
you would
use-
have to do a quiz and shit.
No,
or
like for
whatever.
Tinder. When I signed
don't
up for
know.
Tinder,
I
like
never did it.
tell us about yourself. Pick 5 of these options. There's like 100 things you
Oh,
could
that's
pick
hard.
from, but you can only do 5. It's like that's like you're looking at it, it's like I do all this shit though, like. And it's crazy because like you don't want your brand to be so messy, but my brand is messy as fuck then because I do all this stuff.
This
Like-
kind of goes back to this idea of other people. Like I feel like in that case, I would ask like 3 people in my life, and I'd be like, in this list, pick your top 3, and then like compare. Because let's say all of them have the same one, you already know that's your top one.
Okay.
I don't know. What do I know?
Like
No, you're just Marco talks shit about me all the time,
we love
but
that.
Paulina praises me. Balance.
We love that.
Balance.
Yin and
Balance.
yang.
I don't talk shit about you.
Okay, you
I just keep you humble.
Same
Not
thing.
humble.
Love that. Love that.
talking shit.
I love that.
shit
Like, girl,
talking.
chill. Bring it down 1
This is
notch.
why I don't go to therapy because I don't want nobody to tell me about
What do
myself.
you gotta go to
We
therapy
gotta-
for when you
no.
got each other?
We gotta get
I got
her
Marco.
therapy.
I don't need to go to therapy. He's like,
Man,
I'll tell you
I
what your
will
issue is.
talk
I'll tell you the
a
truth.
therapist's ear off. A therapist's ear off. I used to see a psychiatrist when I was younger.
Okay.
Because I had a learning disability. And when she met me, she told my mom, she's like, I never met a kid that will talk so openly about anything. And I was like 10. But I'm gonna tell you everything. My
Yeah.
dog is sick and it's pissing me off
Oh,
because
no.
I want to play with him and he don't want to play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that as a little 10-year-old. Like how you do like. But usually when they meet
Yeah.
you're young and meet strangers. I've always been
Scared.
talkative.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one of my runs. So and I'm very blunt. It's kind of mean
Yeah.
sometimes.
No,
and
I'm
I
very
hate it. I don't
talkative.
mean to be mean, but I'm very honest, and it kind of
It's the way you say it versus what you say.
delivery is everything.
Yeah.
Delivery is everything.
Like your hair is so cute, but like.
Oh no.
No, I was just taking an example. I'm not saying.
Oh,
like, I'm not
Oh, I
really-
was like, no, it is a little rough
Oh, I
though.
was like,
Like you just like,
Yeah,
like,
come
I was
work.
so confused. I was like, "Are you touching her boob? Are you touching her hair? What's
like
going
you know,
on
like
here?"
you give a compliment and then you be like, okay, now I gotta bring you back. You know, like.
I got you. I
But,
got
like,
you. I got you.
I try to be humble all
like
the
it.
time.
Freddy's humble, guys.
Not as much as I want to be.
So I like this conversation we're having, like about branding ourselves, but I kind of want to like move into the 20s episode.
Okay. I like
So
it.
like, what are some things you wish you would have done differently in your 20s?
That's a good question.
Because that could affect your brand now, if you think about it.
I was big. I did a lot of stupid shit in my 20s. A lot of
I think
stupid
a lot
shit.
of
Like
us do, huh?
regrettable stupid shit, but it did shape me to be a better person. I was just like to be full transparent here, like stealing from people that I was close to.
Freddie.
Yeah. Going after friends like boyfriends and
Boyfriends?
stuff.
Damn, you
Oh,
were really stealing.
Freddie.
I was like I just have, and you know, like I was wild, and I don't even know where that came from because it was like everybody. I had great friends, and they treated me so good.
Oh.
They treated me like the best, and you know, to the surface I did too, but behind everything is I was doing some reckless ass shit, which I do regret. But luckily, they humbled me and like everybody. Like basically, I lost all my friends in 1 year. Yeah, and because of that, I wouldn't say I got very dark. But it took me getting there to now be a person that is just so, I would never do this again, because losing your friends, people that are like your family, it sucked. It was like losing brothers, and it was like all three of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And it sucked. And I think now I'm at a we're- a mutual place, like very cordial, which is good. I'm glad like I was able to own it years later, pull them to the side, like apologize, own it, because there was a lot of like, no, I didn't do that. I promise I didn't do that. I swear I didn't do that. Owned it, you know, like, and then just honestly was like, I did that, and I'm sorry that I don't know what I was thinking, and I apologize wholeheartedly. And you know, I'm not saying, I'm pretty sure we'll never be how we were, but accept this apology and accept that I'm in a completely different place now. And I do appreciate you actually not being my friend again, because it helps me grow. If you would have just let me get away with it, I would have still probably been doing it at this age, 30, 34 years old.
I see.
Being vindictive and nasty and just like, a lot of people would say evil. Not evil in a sense, but like,
I mean,
like evil. And I loved that I went through that in my 20s, but I hated it. But it did make me the person I am today, which I am so completely opposite. And I would never, it's just so much more like, I just appreciate everything, hold everything's in my heart now. So it's like, I don't want to ever see how I hurt people. I don't ever want to hurt someone the way I did my friends back in the day. I would never want to see that on someone again. I would never want a person to look at me with disgust. And I've learned that's right now. I'm so very much, if you want to be a part of my life, we can live this life together. If you don't, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, good luck.
Yeah. Well, that's real. And I mean, thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna get there.
Yeah.
I knew. Yeah.
If I could ask a question and if we can talk about it, was there a reason that you felt like you had to do these things, or why you did these things? Were you fighting something within yourself, with others?
You know what? I wasn't even thinking about it.
Really?
In the moment of doing it, like making out with a friend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
In that moment, I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is gonna hurt him. I'm not thinking about that.
okay.
I'm thinking like, oh, he's cute. I want to kiss him. You know, like that's what I was thinking about. And then I was never thinking about hurting the person I was doing bad things to.
Yeah, the
In
repercussions.
the moment, I'm just doing it.
Got
Like,
it.
okay, I want that.
Got
Okay,
it.
I want him. Or fuck her. Like, don't talk to her. She's not nice. And then go to that person like, well, she was just talking shit about you, but it was me really talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there was no demons I was fighting. I really lived a good life with my siblings and stuff like that. But I think also too, there was times where if I got into it with a friend, I just really didn't like how they basically like treated me in a sense. And I was like, okay, well, if you want to do that, I'm going to be 10 times more evil. But not thinking it's 10 times more evil. I'm just thinking I'm getting even. But that's not even. Like you saying my shoes are ugly, it doesn't compare to me and going and like, okay, well, fuck you. I'm going to go kiss your boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just doesn't compare. But in my head, I was never thinking about it.
Yeah.
I just was like doing it. And it is scary because it's like, but then you
Why?
also think too, like, I'm not the only one that thinks like this though.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
20s, you're very impulsive, but you were really, really impulsive.
I was really,
but
really,
I
really
feel like
impulsive.
in general, that's like a common pattern.
Yeah.
Because again, your frontal lobe is not fully developed till you're about 24.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny too because I don't want to say buts for nothing. Like
Yeah.
I did that, but I was young. I did
True.
that, but
yeah, you're just taking
it
accountability.
was because you did this. Like no,
Period.
there's no buts. I did it. I'm sorry. Let's move on. And I'm not saying let's move on together. I know we're probably gonna never be the same again. Like I said this
Yeah.
earlier, but I want you to know deep down that was fucked, and I have to live 5 years later, 6 years later, 10 years later, looking back at it like, what's wrong with you? Why would
Right.
you do that? And now I'm just like, I'll be around the same people. Like we will crack jokes. We'll laugh at each other. Like we'll be in a conversation. There won't be no shade, but there won't be no like, you want to go back to my house and like have a cocktail and stuff like that. It's just very much like in a public setting.
Yeah.
And that's all it's gonna be.
Cordial.
Right.
And it's perfectly fine because everybody that I'm talking about are living wonderful lives now. Wonderful, beautiful lives. And I'm happy for them
Good.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Wow, you really got deep there. Mine was not deep at
Mine is
all.
not deep.
Mine ain't shit now.
Oh,
I'm not shit now.
Yeah, we ain't shit,
We're
Paulina.
not shit.
We ain't shit.
I mean, it's just, yeah.
I get that.
I mean, if you live a sheltered life though too, there's nothing wrong with that neither. If you were just, I mean, I'm gonna say sheltered, but like if you didn't have any trauma or anything like that.
Oh no, we had trauma.
Honestly,
I
I
was
think
traumatized.
I think mine is just like I was in relationships for longer than I should have been in.
Yeah.
I was dating people longer than I should have been dating them. Like that's just what it was.
Right.
And I think because you're in your 20s, you, or at least me, like I had this idea of my timeline of what, like when I was 16, I said I would do this and this and this by this age. And so I'm like, well, I'm already in a relationship. If I break up with him, then I got to start all over again. Like this is not part of the timeline. So then you try to like make it work and make it fit, and it just doesn't.
Got it.
So I think that is one of my biggest. I wish I would have just like ended relationships earlier on than I should have, because I was in a really
Fair.
long relationship and I didn't really need to be.
You accepted the love you thought you deserved, but you deserved.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I
For
do.
Kathy.
And but also me being accountable, I wasn't the best partner to them either.
You're also
Because
20.
I was so right. Because I was so like, meh. I guess for me, I'm like, well, whatever. We're in it. I don't want to break up, but
Right.
I mean, this isn't
Nah.
the 50s and 60s and you know, where like you met in high school, you got married, you had kids, you grew
Yeah,
old
no,
together.
no,
It's
no.
like back in the day, there was not a lot of shit to do. So of course, you guys fell in love doing absolutely nothing, hanging out in the park all day.
Right.
There wasn't
right.
there wasn't a
Yeah.
lot of shit to do.
Which wasn't much going
So
on.
like, you know, like we like now it's like you go to a club and you're like you're tempted. Because even when I was in a relationship for the past 8 months and for last year for 8 months I was in a relationship, but I would still go out. I'm like, he's cute. Freddie, you're in a relationship. Go home now.
Oh my God, you're bad.
But I don't see. But I stopped myself.
Good. Okay.
But it's
self-control.
tempting.
I
Which,
mean,
you
yeah,
know,
temptation
that's honest,
is real.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
you have to, and I think that's kind of something in the 20s that you have to build. Like you have to build that shield from temptation, and you also have to build this confidence in yourself. That like one, knowing there's somebody prettier than you, smarter than you. There's somebody that's gonna tempt somebody else. They're all out there, but like, are you confident in who you are and who you are in that relationship?
Yep.
Knowing that, are they gonna feel like it's not worth it? The person I have, it's not worth losing it, because you never know. But that's hard to believe that in yourself at 20s. Because I personally, like going to what you said, I feel like in my 20s, I was that like, oh, they're cute, they're that. But then I'm like, oh no, I can't. But then it's like, but would they?
Wow.
So that's where
So
it's
then it's like, well,
toxic.
maybe I can.
So then you're like, would they? I mean, what are they doing over there? You know?
Right.
And I'm not saying that's right either, but I think in your 20s, it's this comparison tit for tat almost.
Yeah.
Where now in my 30s, it's like, I ain't got time for. If I think they're doing that, why the fuck am I with them? Like nobody's an
Good
angel,
question.
don't get me wrong, but you kind of have to be confident and secure in your pick in a partner and a person,
Yes.
and in who you are. Because if you're an insecure person and you just are always self-doubting yourself, nobody's gonna want to be with a person like that.
No.
And that's not really gonna keep a person around, no matter if you're a man, a woman, or anything. That's not cute.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're
That's
absolutely
real.
right. Oh my God. But that's why you guys there's so many, like you can make your own rules now and you won't be judged. Like you can date someone and make your own rules to be like, okay, well I'm gonna date you, but just so you know I'm dating him too. Is that okay? And they say yes, like, okay, you know, you can make your own rules.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of people are down for that.
No, I'm like, no,
no,
it sounds,
still, you know,
it
it's
sounds,
not a lot of people, but,
it's
like-
not that like easy, or like, it's, I don't think people are that brave to be that honest.
Oh yeah. Oh no, not me.
I was in a throuple for a few months
Hey.
with a married couple. It was awesome.
Oh.
It was
wow.
awesome, yeah. But they lived in Florida, so I was back and forth like every other week in Florida, and it just got too different. So we ended it, but we're good friends still.
Good. Good.
But you know how I see it too, and I know it's your turn next.
I had questions, but keep going. That's
I don't. I just. This is how I see it when it comes to dating.
Okay.
And then marriage, and then living happily ever after.
If-
You meet
yeah.
someone, you date, you get married, you move in, you have sex, you have kids. After a while, I feel like with a lot of couples, like they're not having sex more, so then it's time to spice things up. So then you start doing, I don't know, role play, or you start like learning, unlocking kinks. Some people don't know how to do that. Some people are like, I would never try that. And then they try, they're like, I love this. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, okay, once you get to that part, okay, now you're good. Now you bought yourself like another 2 or 3 years of that. Then now what? You're not having sex no more. You're bored. You're living together. You love each other. But at the same time, that's just like a friendship. It's like, why not just like, let's spice things up some more.
Like be open or invite somebody
be open
into the
or invite
relationship?
somebody, or just like have a couple people at sometimes. Once a night, twice.
Freddie.
Jail, Freddie.
That thing got hot real quick.
But like
She's
you would,
like,
but I mean,
Freddie,
I feel like if you were
no.
to go for it, like 20 years down the line with the same guy, and you guys are doing absolutely nothing sexual no more, at all, you wouldn't want to be like, well, let's make it, let's. You don't know unless it's 20 years later. Come on.
I'm gonna be real, because again, this
Are you
is
the
like
jealous type?
no. This is me gonna be very, very honest, never too shy. I think I'd be down if I could get the person. You can't get the person,
You're greedy.
but we're not gonna share. Like
You're
I'm
greedy.
not about to get two guys at what? Like no.
Oh,
like,
shit.
like he
Damn.
could let me have a boyfriend, but
Okay.
you can't have a girlfriend.
So you're greedy.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
But there,
Yeah,
but there
but that's
are
honest.
there
That's
are
unfair,
relationships like that.
No, but not like on some like he watches us. No, like,
No.
like
She's like, I'm good.
you
I'm
go.
good where we're at,
I'll
I'm
see you in a
happy.
few hours. My
You-
boyfriend's coming over.
You go with your man.
my boyfriend's coming over. I
like
can't
tell
even
my
imagine.
husband to like go with his other
But can you
like
imagine?
friends.
Like
and then-
if you're getting into like, I go to your girlfriend's house because you're irritating me right now.
No,
you gotta
I
deal with
see.
it.
No,
Hilarious.
I don't know. I can see Polly. Maybe not your girlfriend, but I can see you
Polly
being like,
saying
you
that.
know
Hey, go
what?
go to
Get
their
outta here.
house. Or go to
Maybe
his
you
house.
need,
Or
like, a
go,
play
get away
date.
from me.
Maybe
Go
you
away.
just need like an imaginary boyfriend. Just
How do
be
you guys feel
like,
about hall passes?
Go to your girl.
I
go to
feel
your
like
girlfriend.
it's. I feel like it has to be like legit a celebrity, not anybody I'm gonna see again in the city, knowing like you were the hall pass. I don't want nobody to feel that special.
not someone you have an actual chance with.
Right, yeah, not anybody that you could literally fall in love with and they want to have a forever pass.
I
Like
love
no, it has to be like a celebrity.
I love that.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay. I'm like,
Polina's processing everything.
I'm letting it marinate. I'm listening. For me in my 20s, honestly, guys, like, I sound like so boring. I don't have a shit because I partied. I was single. I worked at my career really fucking hard. Like,
Period.
I fucking didn't sleep barely. Like, but I was hungry and I wanted what I
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah.
I moved around. I lived in New York for a hot minute. Couldn't afford it, but I lived there in the
Mm-hmm.
summer. Also, I didn't really like it that much. I thought I would. Moved to LA for 2 years. Loved that.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I did my radio thing. I started there and then came back home to Chicago. So, like, it all happened that it was supposed to. So, I honestly can't say that, like, for my 20s, like, I'm happy, and this is a really hot take, that I didn't have a relationship because I know
Yeah.
that it would have slowed me the fuck down. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be so fucking for real. One thing about me when I was, dating, whatever, I felt like I would really center whoever I was talking. I was loyal in talking stages, I always
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would like center them. And it's like, imagine if I was in a relationship with them. Like, I honestly might not have achieved certain things because I just,
Yeah.
this is how I get. It's weird.
Yeah.
Especially in my 20s. Like, it was weird. So, like, honestly, I'm grateful that I was single
Yeah.
and that I did my thing. I did what I wanted when I wanted. I literally did not report, but I didn't like go to anybody for anything. Like,
Yeah.
nothing. And that's the one thing I will say that I regret is that I didn't have better boundaries at work. Because now that I'm in a different position, I look at it and I'm like, I look kind of like down at like my old self, not down in a bad way, but just like look, kind of reflect. And I'm like, ooh, Paulina, you should have asked for this, or like you should have done that, or you should have,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's what I would 100% say to my 20-year-old self.
Like, bitch, ask, you shall receive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah, boots.
And I would have
Uh-huh.
the
I know you
house
guys keep
down,
hearing me
mama
say
boots.
boots. That just means like, you know what boots means?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
got
yeah,
my
yeah,
bad.
I
Because
do.
every time I say it,
We
I feel like
know
I'm getting
gay
like that.
culture.
Right.
We love that for you.
I say, what do I say? Me and Jonathan, well, he says it right. I say it wrong. I say the house down, mama boots.
Boots. Oh, mama boots.
I think I made it up. I don't know.
I love boots. Like
Boots is
That's
awesome.
the only. I think that's the only gay word I really say now. Or that
Boots.
and Kiki, but Joy, me and my sister Joy. She said, like, I'll look at her, she'll look at me, and I'll be like, girl, she'll be like, boots.
I'm gonna start saying boots.
I love it.
I kinda like
it's just
it when
like
you said that.
It's just like exclamation point, like, I'm hungry, boots.
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 I love it. Well, thank you for being here with us today.
course.
We appreciate you so much. It was fun. You have to come back.
Yes.
We
for
just
sure.
yipped yapped the house down.
We did. We definitely
Boots.
did.
Boots. boots.
What is your social media handle that we can follow you?
It's gonna be Freddy Vibes, Freddy with a Y, not IE, __.
Ooh.
Vibes.
I like that. And then, of course, follow us at Paulina Rowe,
At Talk with Tati.
Never Too Shy Pod. Yes. I always do this. I always pause.
Season 6. and
Season
we-
6.
We'll get it right for
Wow.
sure.
Season
Yeah,
six?
season
Season
6.
Sick.
This
Yeah.
season 6.
We love that.
Yes, we
So,
love that.
Share with a friend. Tell everybody. We love you
Yes.
guys.
Love you. Oh, I just hit my face.